What's up all you lads and ladies? Welcome to another fascinating video in the world of comedy and Reddit. If you liked the video, post your favorite Reddit comment below, and I'll give you a shout out in my next video. Thanks to Pyro the Somewhat Okay in my last video who commented that there weren't many views on my intro video, and he's right, show some love. Hope you enjoy this video about life advice and how entrepreneurship can unlock financial freedom. Well, that, or Facebook posts about motivation. Someone told me this 5 years ago and it stuck in my mind since. If you work for someone else, you are just a cost to them, and costs by nature are meant to be kept down. In 99% of the cases, salaries and wages never made anyone rich. Make sure your employees are happy, give them a stake in the profits and they will go the extra mile. That's what my current company does. Profit sharing goes a long way towards keeping everyone less concerned about finding a better opportunity elsewhere, and more concerned with keeping the job they already have. The difference in morale and productivity between this company and my last is night and day. False. Think of it like this. Employees are assets, their salaries are liabilities, and the resulting growth from their work creates shareholder equity. Employees are investments. If you pick the right one and let them grow, it will pay dividends in the future. I've owned my business for 11 years now. This is exactly my approach. I wouldn't want to own a business any other way. This is absolutely correct and a healthy leadership mindset. Remember that when you have your own employees, remember to keep them down, or remember to treat them better. Yes. If you buy them snacks and beverages every day, they'll forget about 401k's. Pizza party. Can't complain about not making enough for groceries with a belly full of Dominoes. Am I right? More people have gotten rich by working salaries than running their own business. It's not rocket science. You just have to save a good amount in the initial years, then invest them. With compounding interest, you'll be plenty rich well before the end of your career. There's gotta be a stat to show that more people have gotten pooled by running their own business than by working for salary also. This is probably the most misleading comment about entrepreneurship. As someone that's been successful at both, a salary is a much easier path to becoming a millionaire than entrepreneurship. In 99% of cases, you simply have a lot more tools at your disposal in a job than you do as an entrepreneur. Might get downvoted, but that sounds like a basic woke, rich dad poor dad platitude. Plenty of people make money by working salaried jobs, learn to save, invest their savings. I think the majority of the 1% work corporate. Of course the richest people in the world own businesses, but that's another story. Depends on how you define rich. There are lots of people who have become financially independent, and I'm talking multimillionaires, just by saving and investing money from their job. I know several of them personally. Wages don't make you rich, but what you invest your money in can do. This thread seems to be completely filled with people who don't understand you don't need to be Bezos' level of wealth to be rich. If you're on 200k, why aren't satisfied with your life? Because you're stuck in the comparison trap of looking at billionaires and Bezos. I've got sad news for you. You'll never be rich. There will always be someone richer for you to compare to. Keep your costs low. Invest. Stop comparing yourself with others and start enjoying the things in life you can. I sincerely disagree with the idea presented by OP here that you can never be rich on salary. I make less than 80k. Why and I'm still tracking for early retirement by 40. Except for all the doctors, lawyers, C-level executives, and engineers in the top 1%. Here is how you get rich. Really. Let's say you make brooms. You make 10 million of them, and for each you make 10 cents profit. So it is $1 million a year business. You pay a team of 20 employees on regular basis, whether you have orders or not. You pay your landlord space rents, whether it is Ovid season or not. And then you beat all other broom makers in your county. And then you beat all other broom makers in your country. And you are rich, with $10 million in the bank rich. But you don't get good sleeps for 10-20 years while the broom factory was taking shape. None of the employees never care, never know. They only know that they are not making enough. From a natural person to a business owner takes enormous leap of faith and enormous risks. One person in the broom factory did not complain. He worked hard and never complained. Eventually he is the CEO of the broom factory, and the founder's his family is board member. The CEO takes home $200,000 year, where average worker takes $60,000 year. The CEO is rich, and the rest of the broom factory team keeps complaining. I don't think this is true. There are more millionaires made by simple investing in real estate and index funds than any other way through employment savings. That is a very silly view. First, not all expenses should be kept down as not all expenses are the same. If you run a fleet of taxis, you want to keep an eye on maintenance and depreciation expenses. But if you run a tech company, R&D is also an expense. But the more you invest in the expense, the more of a return you get. Second, while salaries are an expense, employees are an asset. Same if you don't keep up with the maintenance expenses for your taxis. You won't have those taxis for very long. The same is true for your employees. If you don't pay them fairly, you won't have those employees for long. Third, employees' salary should be proportional to the value they produce. It's entirely possible to get rich off of salary. Look at investment bankers and corporate lawyers. They produce lots of value either through direct value or by mitigating costs. They are highly trained and not very interchangeable. You won't get rich by salary if you are doing a low skill, highly interchangeable task. This is probably the most important point. Even if you start a company, if you are doing low value work in a highly competitive market, you probably won't get rich either. And lastly, the vast majority of entrepreneurs don't get rich either. Entrepreneurship has the highest risk exposure. Successful businesses owners are compensated for assuming the risk of owning a business. Salary is far more reliable and predictable. In summary, you'll often see at plenty of startups that the founders are not the most well-paid person at the company, and unless the company really succeeds, they are not going to be the wealthiest person down the road either. That's not true at all. Employees can also be huge assets. Yup. Which is why I'm living in a 4-bedroom house with my wife and 2 brothers and father. We all split the home and business bills. We are building a business, paid off all personal debt, no fancy cars, no mortgage, no luxuries other than my gaming PC which keeps me from spending out at bars etc. It sucks right now, because nobody is spending money on our service, but at least we are free and our money making potential is uncapped. I think that's worth the sacrifice. I've told my wife these past 5 years, I'm not going to work for anyone. Corporate America is gone. The jobs won't be coming back. And the ones that remain people are becoming overworked, underpaid, miserable and unappreciated. Less time with family, less time with kids. What good is money if you have little to no time to enjoy it? Life isn't supposed to be about working for 65 years and retiring for 11 if you're lucky you make it that long. Pensions are gone, healthcare is disappearing and full-time jobs are being turned into 35 hours part-timers. If I'm going to sacrifice and kill myself working, I'm going to do it for my own company. The instant gratification trap is slavery. It sucks looking at everyone make it seem like they're happy with their white picket fences on Facebook and happy little families at Chuck E. Cheese's, but deep down all you're really doing is working and dying. I'm not going to be those people. You also have to take on the extra risk, and in many cases the extra stress and workload. I really like being a consultant and setting up new businesses, but I recognize it's not for everyone. At least not without some help. Never made anyone rich is really relative. Rich in time? Rich in family life? Or rich with multiple fast cars? Actually, the most common way people get rich is through salaries. The definition of an employee is an individual that you pay less than they are worth. If you paid employees their value, there would be no profit left for the company to exist. That doesn't mean that employers should not compensate their employees with a living wage that is competitive in the market if they want to maintain a qualified staff. It's just stating the obvious that every employee is technically underpaid. Firmly disagree that no one becomes wealthy from a salary. Plenty of people leverage their salary to buy real assets like real estate or equities or create their own businesses that are initially funded by their salaries. Make sure to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell like it owes you money. Remember to post your favorite comment from the video in the comment section below for a chance to be featured in my next video. I hope you enjoyed this fantastic video and I hope you are all staying safe. Show a small channel some love by liking and subscribing. Take care. Hip hip cheerio. Much love from me, Matt British.